Great question, but that can get a little tricky. So make sure you stay to the end because I'm going to explain one of the easiest ways to get a lot of B5 by utilizing very specific cooking methods in doing so. So of course, fruits and vegetables have tons of it. Noteworthy, you're going to have your avocados is going to have a metric ton. Also your nuts and seeds like sunflower seeds are going to have a lot of B5. Now grains where the germ has not been broken will have more bioavailable B5. Just keep in mind that a lot of times we like to fortify things. In essence, B5 in your boxed cereals is not worth the trade. For example, a bowl of Cheerios might end up giving you a big bowl of glyphosate instead. Probably one of the greatest inventions in the world when it comes to the destruction of humanity because you're actually neutralizing your microbiome and functioning as an endocrine disruptor all in one compound, which means your small intestines are going to be completely ripped apart and your hormones are going to be more ass backwards in a crisscross concert. Get back to B5. Now, there are a few animal protein sources that also have B5. For example, you're going to have dairy, eggs, and liver. Now, the problem with the dairy is that it's likely going to be homogenized and pasteurized, which means it's been boiled out. And B5 is a heat-sensitive nutrient. I always thought it was funny how pasteurized, homogenized dairy will kill animals, but it's meant to save humanity. Now, one of the greatest sources is obviously going to be your liver. But again, cooking these proteins at a high temperature can actually neutralize some of it. Not only that, but when you cook certain foods at high temperatures, the oils are going to make hydrocarbons, which are absolutely no good for your DNA or your cell structure. Thus opening you up for genetic predispositions that most physicians always like to reference as if they don't have a catalyst. So instead, take that piece of liver, if you're in consuming animal protein, and you're going to cook it in the oven at a very, very low temperature. Basically under 200 degrees. You might have to cook it for about an hour and a half, almost 2 hours. But guess what? That vitamin B5 is going to be stable, and your body's going to be able to break that down. No hydrocarbons. You'll even get a ton of the active form of vitamin A, too. And I'm not talking about that vitamin A that's like beta-carotene, where basically only roughly 20% of the population can actually convert beta-carotene into its active form of vitamin A, which is going to be retinol. And yes, the taste can be a little to be desired for some. But there's a reason why the liver was always considered one of the most prized parts of meat. Don't want to do the cow because you're pescatarian? No problem. Cod liver works too. Now, if you're going to be primarily plant-based, I would strongly suggest that you get your hands on a really good supplement. And please, please, please make sure you take that supplement with another B complex so that it can work. Anyway, let me know in the comments which one you're going to actually utilize. Me, I actually use them all, and honestly, I like the results that I get from liver when I do indulge in a small amount of animal protein. Liver by far hits the hardest, and I feel it immediately. I actually feel calmer. It's not so much energized. It's kind of weird. Hope this helps. Herb Gotti out.